Okay, Mike.
Okay, stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Slim pickings today.
Not normal.
Really slim picking.
So it is seven, I got 7:06.
7:06 p.m. Roll call. New,
Yep.
Colbrick. Here. And I got absent. It's Mac. Okay.
Okay, approval of board meeting minutes dated March 7th, 2016.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for March 7th, 2016.
Any discussion?
Paul?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, public commentary is open and it is closed.
You gotta be quick.
Okay, reports, Jerry is not here, so,
He did send me an email. In his email, I can read it to you real quick. I'm assuming this was his report. Okay, well, he sent me information for this. I will not be at tonight's meeting. I will be in Decatur for Highway Commissioners meeting for Tuesday and Wednesday. The only thing I have for the meeting is that we received the shipping container for storage, and we cleaned up around the recycling area and moved some of the containers. So hopefully to cure the problems of dumping. So they took care of that.
yeah, so I discussed with Jerry, we also got one. The township, highway department got two, we got one. They got I think they got a 40-footer, and we got a 20-footer, so we can store the junk until we can get rid of it.
Oh.
So if you look back here, it's pretty clean. We started parking the buses here, thinking that, if we use that as parking, no one's gonna put garbage there. And then I had him move the clothing and the shoe thing to the other side so you can see it from the street, so that maybe it's being hidden here, maybe that keeps people from dumping stuff. So our trailer, which is over there on the west side, has got what was here. So it's not, it just didn't magically disappear, we still have it until we can properly dispose of it. And it cost us,
A grand.
yes, it was $700 for the trailer, which we own, and it was $300 for delivery. So I mean, once it's empty, we could use it for other things, or we could probably try to sell it if we had to sell it. So
Okay.
we're lacking storage in this building anyways, so.
Were they in here?
I
I think they were.
yeah, but there was three of them. I mean, there was two for the road.
Intermodal containers.
Yes, there's two for the road commissioner and then one for us. Assessor, Carol Ann, is no report from her,
No, I have nothing.
okay? As soon as Joe catches up, we can do his report.
Okay, so, been busy scheduling, most of the senior events for the remainder of the year. Right now, we have a breakfast on April 9th, which you guys are aware of. I would like to bring the shout band back, first Saturday in June, on June 4th. That went over really well last year. That weekend works at the AMVAT Hall and for the shout band. On June 15th, we just finalized tickets for White Sox game for senior trip. That's a Wednesday night.
Shoot, I've already got tickets for that game.
For June 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, we bought 30 tickets last year. We had well over 30 people go, and we could probably get more. But so we have 30 tickets for the Sox game on June 15th for senior event.
I think it's against Detroit, right? Is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. September 10th or 17th for the fall breakfast. Anybody have anything out that far that they're aware of?
Is that the second week of September?
The 10th would be the second, because their first week would be the 3rd.
That's always Alicia's house golf outing, so.
Okay, so the 17th would be
Yes.
better?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll go September 17th, and then there'll be a movie the following Wednesday. And we have already booked the Ambet Hall for the December 6th for the holiday dinner. So, Teresa and I have been busy getting all this stuff all put together. The newsletter articles are due on, let's say, 29th, like Wednesday?
31st.
Wednesday or Thursday. Jerry's already got his in.
Well, I know there's a number of items that could be, an article could be
Yes.
written about. So
Yes.
there's 4 of us here, or at least 3 of us that
Well,
are right.
Here's what we have
We
so
want
far.
to split up
me out,
something.
No,
right?
but here's,
Who
yeah.
can't write?
So this is what I have to put in. I have to put in something on electronics. I need to put something in about the shop van. I need to put something in, Carol's got something with the assessor. I'm gonna get that out before her 20th, or the 20th of June. She's got the village, no, the seniors are gonna be able to come here and work with the county assessor for, senior freeze.
Right.
Ted leaving and whoever we appoint, I wanna get in there.
I'll write that one.
And then we also have to talk about, the other thing, that the bigger thing is the transportation, both the wheel ride and the other system. There's a lot of things that need to be done,
I could write down that one too.
so
What's left?
what are you gonna take?
I'll take Ted and Short and.
So you'll take the resignation?
Yes.
And
the
transportation?
I'm thinking,
Okay.
yeah.
And
That would be 2 separate articles.
Yes,
right?
yeah, and that will be me with
In it-
electronics?
That's not, so then I'm not gonna do a supervisor's review.
No,
I'll just write 2 articles.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so, I said it'll be electronics, and then, there's something, oh, the shop van, I gotta get that in there as well. So it should be a lot of really good information in this month's, or next month's newsletter, a lot of really pertinent information.
So is there anything left that somebody could volunteer for? They're right?
You wanna put something in there about the food pantry, a couple blurbs, no? Okay, that's
All right,
fine.
you wanna,
You know what, hang on a second. Yeah,
You-
I'll try to come up with something.
Okay,
doesn't have to be long,
Okay,
and especially since there's a lot of stuff going into this letter.
okay.
We don't wanna make it an extra page or.
I'll come up with a couple paragraphs, how's that?
That's fine.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
even more, that's even probably more than you need. If it's a couple paragraphs, I think 1 paragraph.
I've got space.
Oh,
I
okay.
have space, I can make it work. There's only 8 ads this time around, so that gives
Oh,
me space.
I
Okay,
write big, Mike, so don't worry about it.
And then I know, as editor, I always have the opportunity to, edit for content, so I can always shorten it up
I'll
if
come up with
necessary.
I'll come up with a
Because
little.
Jerry gave me a lengthy article, which is
Okay.
gonna take every bit of a page, so I might have to chop that just a little bit, depending on space.
I don't think you'll
do
need to
that.
chop, man.
Okay. But, and I'm gonna work on that this week, hope to have it done by Monday, get it to the printer.
Okay,
Uh,
so by Friday you want it?
Please,
Okay,
yeah, please.
okay.
okay.
So, there we go, lots of things going on, trying to get it all caught up. Plus, we've got annual town meeting on February, or April 12th. Please come, because otherwise I'll be sitting here by myself. I need at least a handful of people here for
Now,
that.
are we
meeting.
gonna try to have a budget workshop
I don't
that
think,
same
I
day?
don't think we need it this time around.
Oh, okay. You don't think, well,
There's no transportation in it.
well, yeah, that was the hardest part, since
Yeah.
we don't have it. Okay, that's fine with
We
me.
take a look at it tonight and go over it real quick, but I think that there's really not much more to do to it, so.
And the town meeting's at 7?
7:05.
Okay.
That's the 12th?
On April 12th, it's a Tuesday, should be Tuesday, April 12th.
I thought that's why we didn't have this one.
Right, the town meeting is different than a township.
Right.
meeting.
This is the
Right.
end of the
Financial.
fiscal year meeting.
Oh,
part.
that's
This is how
why
we-
this one-
this week,
oh,
It's
everything else.
basically, moderator gets nominated or elected or whatever, and then they just read the financial statements.
I went to it last year.
Yeah,
So, that's it.
okay. Planning commission, nothing. I did speak with Mike Mack today.
Yeah.
He's still in Arizona. I said, Mike, what's the deal, man? And he goes, well, I told everybody I was gonna go visit my kids in Arizona. I said, yeah, that's great, but you didn't say when you're coming back. So it's only been like 6 months. Well, maybe not 6 months. It's been a long time.
It's been
At least 4.
Yeah, 'cause we're starting the 4th.
Yeah, so he said he's coming back this week. I said, okay, okay, great. So he said, I'll be there for the April The town meeting, I'll be there for the town meeting.
12.
Okay, so the 12th. He said, well, so I think he said Wednesday or Thursday this week, I guess he's coming back. So he is coming back. Supervisor's report. I'll combine the supervisor's report, the transportation report, and the general assistance into a lump report. So I'll just start with transportation. So April 6th, which is a Wednesday, is when we're gonna start local bus transportation for our seniors. It's gonna go, it'll run the bus, one bus will run between 9 and 2:30 on Wednesdays as needed. It would be the same, $2 each way within the township boundaries only, not outside the boundaries at all. If somebody wants to go outside the boundaries, they have to go with the Will Ride program.
$2
But that's-
donation or?
Donation, I'm sorry, it
Donation.
is a donation.
But Will Ride is only medical.
It's only medical, correct. This is anything. So this is, you could go to the grocery store, you can go to the post office, you can go visit your whatever,
Okay.
within the township only.
Okay.
For seniors.
Okay.
And we have a bus for that, and we have a driver lined up for that, and a substitute driver that's gonna get her IDOT certificate or doctor's certificate restated, so that we have a backup driver. It'll be $2 donation each way, between 9 and 2:30. It would be appreciated if somebody wanted to take advantage of the Wednesday ride, to call like on Monday or Tuesday of that week, or of that week, I guess, or a week before. We will take somebody if they call last minute and say, hey, I broke my tooth or whatever, I gotta get to the dentist. I'm sure we can accommodate them. So that's good, that's gonna help a lot of people, I think. So that's gonna start April 6th, which is
We
a
already
Wednesday.
got one right set up.
There you go, we got one already. It's already working.
Making money,
Yeah.
$2.
Donation.
Also, about transportation is at our senior breakfast, which is the 9th, Will Ride, Wendy Garlish from Will Ride, and Beth Gonzalez from Pace will kind of give a short, I'll ask them to keep it short, presentation on the Will Ride Pace program, which I spoke about that a meeting or two ago, and the Will Ride program in conjunction with Pace, you can get anywhere just about anywhere in the state through this program. And they're gonna kind of explain that. You're not just limited to going to a doctor's appointment. If you wanted to go to, I know our program is limited to that, but they could go with the Pace system anywhere. They can go up to Wisconsin, you can go downstate to Springfield. There's ways to do it very cheaply for seniors. So they're gonna explain that program during our senior breakfast. We received also, which I forgot to mention last meeting, a certificate of sustainability from our recycling for clothing. For the year 2015, we recycled 17,336 pounds of textiles, which saves enough water to supply 286 homes for a year, prevents the carbon dioxide emissions equivalent to a car driving over 200,000 miles, and avoided 99 cubic yards of landfill in waste. And that is only from our bins that are right here, over 17,000 pounds of textiles and shoes. Also, there is whether or not we want to do it, I don't know, but the Chamber of Commerce is going to do a banner program. They're gonna the banners that they currently have are well beyond they're getting torn and tattered. They want to do a new banner program. It's a really nice looking banner. It's $200. It is if it gets the program will go for at least 5 years. If the banner gets wrecked or torn or whatever, that $200 will guarantee a replacement at no cost to whoever buys the banner. It'll be going up, throughout different areas in town, under the streetlights and things like that. I don't know if the township wants to get a banner, put our phone numbers on there, contact information, it's up to the board if we want to do this. It's $200 for basically 5 years worth of banners, same banner, but the last 5 years, it's $60 a year, so.
What do you recommend, if we do it, what do you
$40 a year,
recommend
$40 a year.
you want?
Pardon me?
If we decide to do it, what would you want on the banner? Just Washington Township and our phone number, or?
I mean, you don't want to put a lot of verbiage on a banner, because if you're driving by, you're not going to read it anyway. So if it just said Washington Township, we could have our logo on there in color, if we wanted to, and a phone number. And it's, like I said, we're not guaranteed that we're going to be on Route 1, we might be on a different street.
They rotate them every.
They're going to be rotated, but
yeah.
it'll be a random locate. You can't reserve a location. It'll be a random location wherever they decide to put it, and it's just going to be, they're going to pull out whatever out of a box and hang it. It's not.
Because they used to make sure, like if I was on Route 1 for spring, I'd be on Penfield Street for the
Right.
fall.
Yeah.
You know, so they try to get everybody, everybody made it on Route 1 at least, everybody made it on, different roads. I
Right.
thought they would continue to do that.
So that's we don't have to know until if we want to do this May 1st. Well, actually, we would have to know today, wouldn't we? Because we don't have a meeting next month. If we want to do this,
So it's basically it's $40 a year.
basically $40 a year. Yeah.
I think we should advertise for it.
I don't think we've done it. I don't think the last
I
round
don't
we
think
did
we
not.
did.
And we are a member of the chamber.
That's an email I got, you
Yeah.
gotta be paid up member of the chamber to be able to.
So I can fill the application out. You want? We'll put our logo, our township logo on there. Phone number, Washington Township logo, phone number. It's a nice looking banner, double-sided. Okay. Let's see, that takes care of that, takes care of that. The GA, we did have one, did you get that
I
out?
couldn't find it, and she didn't respond to me.
We did have one case this last month, and it was Teresa and I looked at the case. It was an emergency assistance, they qualified for it. Their electric bill was getting cut off within hours, I guess, of when we were talking to ComEd, and they qualified for a flat grant, emergency assistance flat grant of $725, which helped them get their electricity to stay on. So we worked with them, and their electricity is on right now. Of course, it's one award of a grant in a 12-month period, so they're not really eligible again for another 12 months, but we did help them out for their immediate assistance. I don't know where that form's at. Okay, but we'll get it for you. My last item is that after much consternation, decided to put George Obradovich up for an appointment to fill Ted Deary's spot for the rest of the year, or rest of his term, which would go to next May or April of 2017. So I think we all know George. Who doesn't know George? If you don't, I'll fill you in. But George is, of course, the superintendent of the school board for a long time. He's been on 4th of July commission. He kind of handles a bingo tent. I really did not have to twist his arm very much to get him to help us out. He's not here today because when I called him, he had a scheduled vacation to California to see his grandkids. He will be back within a week. The only thing I'm looking for now is for the trustees to approve him. He can be sworn in at. Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Well, I'm blending right into it then. He can get sworn in at any time by Joe. We don't have to have a meeting for that.
Make a motion to approve, sorry.
Can we do that on
We're
old
gonna do
business?
that under
Yeah.
old business.
Okay.
I'm just making it as a report.
Okay.
That's his recommendation.
Yeah. And that concludes, last thing is I'm still trying to nail down, we got the insurance company to give us a claim for the roof. I'm still trying to get the metal roofer guys out. out there been swamped with work, they get him out here to give us their proposal on what it would take to fix the roof. We do have dollars from the insurance, from Torma to do it. I don't know if it's gonna be enough or not, but I'm still trying to get in touch, or trying to get those guys out here. And that's the end of my report. Okay, so trustees report. Trustee one, trustee two.
Food pantry, actually, we were actually busy last month. Normally, we were kind of slow a little bit, and we started to pick up, I don't know if it was because of spring break or not. I want to say I had 54 families for the month. Other than that, things are going good down there. My refrigerator did break, that's down there, and they want $1,000 to fix it. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the money into that refrigerator.
Is it a big, like
Big
two-door?
commercial.
Oh, okay.
Big, huge commercial one. And I don't use the refrigerator much, so I may just toss it and take some money and buy two
Yeah, two regular.
freezers.
Oh, freezers, okay.
Because I'm always out of freezer space, always out of freezer
Yeah.
space. And sometimes I turn food down because I don't have freezer space. So I might just take that money that I would spend for the refrigerator, take $1,000 and buy two stand-up freezers and put them side by side and just do that and not have any.
Well, what would you put in a refrigerator? Like cheese or something?
Yeah, sometimes I'm able to get cheese, yogurt,
Oh, okay.
tortilla shells.
Yeah.
You can freeze all that.
I can,
Yeah.
but eggs and stuff like that I can't. But like I said, the amount of product that I turn down, frozen product I turn down, way outweighs the refrigerated stuff. So I think I'm gonna take that, like I said, $1,000 that it's gonna cost to fix that, and buy two just regular stand-up freezers and
Okay.
put them side by side next to each other and do that.
So where's that $1,000 come from? Us?
No, it's donations.
Oh, okay.
They'll all be
You
donations.
have donations for that?
Which we just got a donation in last Thursday, $100.
Okay, all right.
They all come from donations, everything down
Mark, anything? No? I got one more item that I forgot to mention. So the Chamber of Commerce is looking into having a haunted month of October. And two representatives from the Chamber went to St. Louis to a haunted Halloween convention, which is a national convention in St. Louis. And there is a professional production company that puts on haunted houses that's very interested in Beecher. They have 9 locations right now. One of them's in Melrose Park. They have one in Denver and Philadelphia or something like that. But they're interested in the community building, the entire building, and possibly part of Fireman's Park
for how long?
for 4 to 6 weeks.
It's food pantry.
You can still run the food pantry. They're not gonna take that space over, no.
Okay.
So, they're scheduled, so last month, I sat in at the community board meeting with some of the chamber members talking about this, and we've blocked out, the community board has blocked out the month of October tentatively for this haunted house, if it goes through. Nobody at that point in time had anything scheduled for the month of October, so we blocked it out for this haunted house. We're looking at paying the community board, the company would pay the community board like at least $5,000 to rent the community building, which is a pretty good shot in the arm for the coffers for the community building. They're all excited about it, community board is. The Beecher Rec's all excited about it, the Beecher Youth Commission's all excited about it, the Chamber's excited about it. I don't know if this is gonna actually happen or not, but it would be a big time thing, not like a little thrown together, some strobe lights and some fun. It would be a professional haunted house. And then they would take care of everything. They said they would need about 2 weeks before to set the thing up, about a week, and then they're looking at a month, whether it's 3 days a week or every weekend, whatever it is, and then a week after, they would take care of security, they would take care of parking, they would hire local people to help put the production on and things like that. So that's kind of in the works through the chamber. The chamber's not looking to get any dollars out of it. There might be some funds available, but there would definitely be funds available for the community building if this happened. So that's just an update, FYI. So, okay, so now we're gonna go, any kind of questions or comments on that?
The only thing is you have to get some kind of word out, because twice a month the pantry's open
Mm-hmm.
2 times a day,
Right.
morning and night. So we have to figure out.
Yeah,
Those
and
days have to be.
yeah, so that, and it's on a Wednesday typically, right? So I doubt if they're gonna, I don't know, but I doubt if they're gonna have a haunted house on a Wednesday night. It'll probably be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is my guess. I'm not sure, but that certainly would get worked out, yeah. Okay, so now we can go to old business. Consideration and approval, as the intergovernmental agreement, I don't think we've gotten it yet. I haven't gotten it.
He's gonna give it to you still?
I still have not. If it's ready, he hasn't told me. I haven't asked him, but is it ready? You don't know.
I talked to Brian Klaus last week, and it's not moving as fast as I thought it, or like it to be.
All right, I'll talk to Bob tomorrow. He's the one that's putting it together, the document anyways. All right, I'll talk to him. Item 2, trustee vacancy, consideration and approval to fill vacancy of Ted Deary. So I mentioned that George Obradovich is willing and able to fill that vacancy. I'm looking for a approval from the trustees.
He's Republican, correct?
He is.
I'd submit the motion to approve George as a Washington Township trustee.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Nope.
All,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so he'll get sworn in when he comes back into town, and like I said, he does not have, we don't have to have a meeting.
No, we talked to Tom Kennedy too, so we're good. He's,
Okay.
as long as he's approved, he's on the board, and it requires a fill our 60-day
Right.
timeframe.
Okay.
We just carry me by all 40 days.
Okay.
Hey, 40 days is like a mile, or like a year in this case, doesn't matter.
Okay, item 3, consideration and approval of 2016-17 town budget.
Oh, there it is. So I sent all you guys the budget. And because we had a 0 increase in taxes, the revenue, I basically took the exact numbers from last year for revenue. I did lower a couple of items because I thought miscellaneous income was high. I thought donations didn't look this. On page 1.
Yeah.
So, just, we don't have to approve it tonight, but I just wanted to kind of give you what my thought process was. Anyway, I came up with $299,000 of revenue. That does not include a beginning balance of $180,000 in the bank. Then when you go to administration, you'll see salaries are still $95,000. You're going to go, how's that possible without the buses? But when you take everybody on the board, Carol, and people in the office, that's the 95. Half of the transportation director's salary was in the transportation fund last year, so that was split out. So that really doesn't change. Contractual services, the $6,500 and the $5,000 for the building and grounds is in the wrong category. That should go under capital outlay if we're going to do something with the roof and the parking lot, so that which technically should be moved.
Wait, which number?
These
The
two
6,500 and the
should
5,000?
go with the capital on page 3 in the center. They should go in here.
Okay.
And I'll make these changes. And then if you I reduced the telephone bill based on Spec Hotel. It's still a little higher than what I think it's going to be, but I did reduce that because we saved some money there. The printing is always newsletters, things of that nature. Utilities I didn't change. Computer and network charges, we bought computers and stuff last year, so I reduced that down to $3,500, which is about what it was the prior year. No more. Not much in the commodity side. The debt service, the interest portion is going down as we're paying down debt, so the interest has dropped, the principal remains the same. And then when you get under other expenditures, that's where the funky stuff comes in. tax reimbursements, sponsorships. We did 3,100 last year, I have 3,000 this year. I don't recall who exactly that one was for the 4th of July Commission, and then we did the, what is that place out in Will County with the kids that have problems?
Casa?
I think we
Is
did
that
that.
Casa?
Casa, yeah, I think we did
See,
Casa.
I thought we did 100, it was $100 a month for 12 months, that's where the 1,200 came from, for the youth commission. Is that-
No, I don't think we did anything for the youth last year. We never, I don't have,
I'm sure we did.
then we didn't pay them. Because it was not in the budget, then we needed to write, then we need to give them a check. Because there's no way that was done. Because it was not in.
Don't you guys remember, it was like $100 a month for 12, that's how we came up with $1,200.
We never issued a check.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I remember something about it.
Because that Casa one, I don't think.
I'll check the minutes, and if we hadn't, we'll have to ask, Michael, have to ask Teresa to cut a check to the village for that.
Yeah, they're all thinking we're deadbeats now.
Well, the year's not over.
They
The
didn't
year's not
ask for
over.
it either, they didn't say, hey, where's our check?
For the youth group. I put $8,000 in senior programs, and then the bottom part is from Daryl. Daryl did assist me a little bit with that. That's the half of the supervisor's salary that we have to put out. The page 5 is Carol's information. I didn't have her sheet in front of me, but I kind of went off of the previous year, so it could be off a few $100, and we can always adjust that. And on the transportation side, I have one driver working 1 day a week at 7 hours, and he's currently making $15 an hour. 14, so that's 6,000 is a little bit high, but that's where that comes from. Teresa, do we have to pay any maintenance on that vehicle, or is that 100% covered with that vehicle?
Almost everything is covered on it.
With a
Like-
exception of?
The exception was, there was, in the parking lot, a stone hit the windshield.
Okay, so there's no repair and maintenance, general
Should not.
oil
be.
changes and all that's on
That's
them?
all in the lease.
Okay, so I have $1,000 in there for vehicle repairs in the event of an unusual circumstance.
Do I have to pay for tires, or is that part of it too?
Not those, the bigger buses.
Oh, okay.
We still have that phone for transportation that's costing us $130 a month. I don't know
Well,
if that's worth it for
there's
one
three,
day.
we can cancel 2 of them and keep one phone for the
Okay,
driver.
so we should do that probably.
Yeah, but Mike has to do it, I can't do it.
And then rental is $100 a month. And then on the very bottom, the $25,000, like I said to somebody earlier, that's for wheel ride. I figured 100 rides a month at $20 a ride. That's a guess. That's just a crap shot. I don't know what that's gonna be.
Okay.
That comes to $29,400. The commodities, I figured $1,800 in gas. I think it was 10 gallons of gas a week at $2.50 or something like that, I think is what I figured, something in that area. And then insurance fund, and the GA is pretty self-explanatory, that's pages 7 and 8. Mike will have to let us know if you're okay with the GA. We put $4,000 in as a flat grant, and we have the catastrophic insurance. This is on page 9, guys, on the bottom.
Yeah, that should be fine. I think that's what, the first year, and then last, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
So when you go back, now go back to the front page, go back to the very front page. So what you're gonna see is that we have a surplus on the budget. We have $300,000 coming in. Total expenditures is $293, so we have about a $7,000 surplus as it stands right now. So, plus with $180,000 already in the bank, there's plenty of money to do repairs to the building and parking lot if you guys still choose to do so. If that's the case, we just need to update the capital outlay to a different number, and it's real easy to justify. If somebody says you're not balancing your budget, well, we've got $180,000 saved up for capital improvements. So,
Well, I know the parking lot's gonna cost way more than the 7,000, but I think a good chunk of that's gonna go into this roof. I have a feeling, so.
okay. I think that the parking lot, all we need to do there is Jerry just needs to, we should pay Jerry to fix the hole.
Yeah, he said he was gonna do that.
And he said and just ask him to patch it with some blacktop. I mean, how much did that cost? You
Well,
know?
the sewer's in there. There's
It's gotta be raised.
yeah, the sewer's gotta be raised up.
He can do that.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
And we should pay him for that, pay his guys, his labor, and just,
Much cheaper than having somebody come in and do
yeah,
it.
we don't have to pay prevailing wage if he does it, we just have to pay his guys their rate.
Okay.
It's gotta be done.
Yes, yeah, it needs to be done sooner than later, yeah.
So anyway, think about that, there's no reason why we can't, if we pass this on, tentatively pass it on May 2nd, I have to have 30 days, has to be posted for 30 days, the next meeting after that is June the 6th, so that gives us basically 33 days. So there's plenty of time for me to get it in the paper and say it's on display, and we meet all legal requirements. So I don't think, unless you guys do, there's a need to have a special meeting for the budget.
No,
I don't know. You guys want one?
nope,
No?
Mark might, but I don't.
It's pretty self-forward, pretty self-explanatory.
I asked only 3 questions on it, okay.
That was old business, okay. New business. Consideration approval of planning commission recommendations, there are none. Yeah, we didn't get a vote.
No, it's Jerry, I have to get it on the agenda so you guys can vote on it, otherwise it's not legal.
Okay,
So it'll be up in old business come next month. Jerry has his proposed budget, he just has to fill in the blanks. He's responsible for that. All you guys do is approve it. You can question it all you want, but he's the one who completes the whole budget. Okay?
all right, we're on the payment of bills.
Hold on, let me see if I have something. I thought I had something, some other business. See, we talked about the shout band already. I guess that was it. It was just the shout band. We wanted to make sure you guys were okay with that. Okay.
And that is I think June 6th is a Saturday.
June
4th.
4th
Is
is
it
a
a
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, June 4th. Brett kind of thought about doing it around the 4th of July, but I don't think that's a good
We
idea.
did it in June last time.
Yeah, I don't want to draw people away from the park.
Right.
At the same time, the 4th of July Commission is running, I think that needs to be away from it, so
Okay.
those days work. for
And
me.
like I gave you the dates when there's other things going on the weekends, so maybe.
Yeah, it's a busy month, so the beginning of June is
So I
a
would
pretty
think
good
either
month
the 4th or the 25th would be the.
to do that,
dates
so.
to do. And I did book the White Sox game.
Yeah, I've got
I
that all.
sent you the invoice.
Okay, yeah, I covered all that earlier, Teresa, you got it all done.
Right. Bills.
I did it last month.
Okay.
Do that one this month,
Give me the date on this one time. Is Daryl going to continue to charge us for the county for transportation? When I talked to him, he made it sound like it was just, it's just, there'll still be a separate transportation report, but there's really, this all going to be one fund, because it's really not, it's one employee, some donations. He didn't think it was worth it to separate the whole thing out. It will be separated on paper, but I don't know if it's going to be necessary to have him do books for that little bit of stuff, so.
Which is fine, that's
Yeah, so
fine.
we should save some money there, and I did not put accounting fees in the transportation budget. I figured we'd pick it
Right.
up on our side.
Okay,
Okay.
you guys looking at something?
Yep,
No, we're just waiting. Ready?
Yeah, what are
Yeah.
you doing first?
Which one you wanna do? Oh, just do the town account, since that's mine this month. Make a motion, we pay the town account for an amount of $17,762.76.
I'll second.
Wait a minute here. Okay, I just looked at these intermodal container services. They said it wasn't 1460, but, that's just for ours though.
That's for ours.
Yeah,
On
ours
the
is less
town-
than that,
On the town account, it's just gonna be the one, right?
but it should be.
But it's doubled on the other one.
And Jerry's is $37.20.
Yeah,
I didn't think ours was 1400.
It was 3 trip charges plus the, we got hit for trip charges and cost of the container.
Right, which I thought was 700 and 300.
It was 360 for the trip, the,
Oh, 300, oh, it's, check,
360
it's,
is what it was.
7298 is the check. Oh, yeah, 48.
I didn't even know what it was. I saw it, okay, whatever.
Well, Jerry explained it to me, otherwise I wouldn't have known.
The 20-foot steel container was $1,100.
Okay, I thought it was 700.
And the 40-foot ones were $1,500.
All right, and then
Plus
360 for the.
Right.
For,
It comes to $1,460 for
All right,
the
okay.
transportation of the container.
all right, that makes sense. All right, sorry. Now we can have a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? No?
Mike?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Is there anyone I can ask a question to?
Sure.
You guys know what happened to the recycling bins?
For electronics,
Yeah.
we do not do electronic recycling anymore.
Oh, okay.
They did away with
But
it.
thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
At least it came in.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have at least 1 or 2 people a day that
It's a
come.
winter off. It's turned outside.
Okay, Road and Bridge.
Like to make a motion, to pay the bills for $44,472.66 for the road and bridge account.
Okay, there's a second
Second,
discussion.
Paul?
Yes.
Mark?
yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, the next meeting is May 2nd. Well, the town meeting is April 12th, 7:05 here. It goes very quick, most likely. And then May 2nd, 7 o'clock. Senior breakfast is the 9th at 9 o'clock at Cardinal Creek, not the Ambets, Cardinal Creek. I'm assuming that you guys, somebody will call us if you need help. Oh, donations for the senior breakfast. At the last chamber meeting, I made a soapbox stand on asking the businesses to donate, if they like, anything. It could be, it doesn't even have to be from their business. If they wanted to have a gift card from Casey's and it was Whaling Insurance, they could certainly donate a $10 gift card from Casey's from Whaling Insurance if they wanted to. But we do have letters going out.
We sent
They did.
letters out last week.
So if you know anybody that wants to donate for the raffle, the door prizes, the seniors certainly like to stick around for that kind of stuff, so.
Did you get your order, Paul?
Yes.
We haven't asked for donations in a year. It's been a year since I've asked for donations, so last time we gave away pies.
Nobody asked me for donations.
Was it
I'm
nice
joking.
this year?
Yeah, I gave away
Oh, I
pies.
thought that was Christmas.
I did that too.
Oh, okay, all right.
We did flowers at Christmas, pies at the previous breakfast.
Right,
Or some
right.
kind of breakfast foods or something.
Right.
Because I just felt like we kept hammering the businesses every twice a year, and I thought, well, let's give them a break.
Yeah,
So,
so break's over.
break's over.
So if anybody knows, anybody that, in your travels in the next 2 weeks, if, you could get us some donations. And then a movie night, April 13th, which is, I want to say it's at Park actually.
It is, Rich Spice.
Bridge of Spies. Here at the Township.
And you got we got all the movies, we got all the senior events penciled in for the rest of the year. And firm dates.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All right, do I have to do anything with this?
Turn it off, Mike, or?
Pardon me?
Can you turn that off?
Yeah, we'll just push the red button, close the front.